Number 9, a senior, Owen Javar. Number 10.
It's a battle of the top two teams in 2A Section 2 as the Mars Fighting Planets come to Monroeville, Pennsylvania, looking to continue their undefeated season. But the Gateway Gators are looking to stun the Planets with an upset. We welcome you to Henry J. Furry Complex here on the campus of Gateway High School as the Gateway Gators taking on the Mars Fighting Planets here on this Tuesday evening in boys volleyball here on Gateway Gators Productions. Fighting Planets lineup has been announced, and on the other side for the Gators.
Starting out with the juniors, number 6, Darius Farrar. Number 1, Owen Etchegaard. And now for your seniors. Number 35, Jake Santo. Number 19, Jacob Pulowski. Number 11, Keegan Kuiper. Number 12, Ryan Hoffner. Number 4, Will Hansman. Number 29, Alec Dunsmore. Number 8, Jace Beam. And number 9, Chase Anthony. Your Gators are coached by Phil Randolph and assisted by Sam Estremera. And your officials for this evening are Bill Vanislau and Janet Odell. Have a great match, gentlemen.
Lineups being introduced between the two sides. Gateway with a record of 6-2, 3-2 in section play. Their 2 losses in section was a 3-0 loss to Derry on April 2nd, and of course a 3-0 loss to Mars at Mars High School on 4/16. Take a look at the standings. 5-0 for the Mars Fighting Planets, 11-0 overall. They're the #1 team in 2A. They're the 4th best team in the state of Pennsylvania in AA volleyball. The Gators, though, right behind them, tied with Latrobe with a 3-2 record, but a better overall record has them in the 2 seed. Derry, on the other hand, and Armstrong, 2-3 records, both trying to make the playoffs on the outside looking in. One of those teams could sneak in as the last team of the 4 in 2A Section 2. And Deer Lakes, the Lancers, 0-5 with a 1-10 record. The Fighting Planets of Mars, they have yet to drop a set in the 2024 season. This is a team that went to the WPIAL semis last year, was knocked off by Ambridge in straight sets. They won the 3rd place game over their Section 2 counterpart, Latrobe, getting the bronze medal in WPIALs, getting themselves a qualification to the state playoffs. We're not as successful in states last year, but it's a new year. It's 2024, and right now they're on a little bit of a vengeance, trying to get themselves back to at least the semifinals and get into the finals, but they've got the section matchup first, and we're underway here on Gateway Gators Productions. To the outside, kept up, nice dig from number 11, Keegan Kuiper, the libero. Farrar pushes that one into the corner and out of the reach. First point for the Gators goes to Darius Farrar for Gateway. Serving this one for the Gators, to the outside for Mars, and only one blocker. Tyler Robb puts it down. Back for the serve for the Fighting Planets, number 7, the senior, Amir Ali. Ali with the serve, and he sends it over, and it drops in for the ace. Communication miscue between Keegan Kuiper and Darius Farrar, the libero. And the outside hitter, and Farrar saying that's his ball. Anything short would be his, as he would be able to cut into that one. A good spot from Ali, and he'll serve again. Served over again, they go back to Farrar. He passes this one up though. Dunsmore on the outside, and it drops in. A point for the Fighting Planets. Ali will serve again, 3-1 for Mars. Served over. Kuiper passes that one up into the middle. Denied at the net. Ryan Check with the solo block. A roof from the 6'5" middle blocker for Mars. Allie serves it again. That one passed up to the outside. Dunsmore, and Alec Dunsmore with the point for the Gators. Tooling the block as he hits that one off it and it spirals out of bounds. Point for the Gators, 4-2 now. Served over, back into the air. And popped over from the Fightin' Plans on a free ball to the backside. Dunsmore, and Dunsmore, another one from him. Alec Dunsmore for the Gators, the senior. And the bench is chanting his name. Served over, passed up, into the middle, check. And kept up though by number 8, Chase Beam. Outside a triple block, down the line, and they get the point. Tyler Robb for the Fightin' Planets. Served again. This one too far from Tyler Robb, and a point. The Gators will serve. Kuiper serving. Back over to the outside. That one too far. Mars thought there was a touch call at the net. They're not going to get it. And 5 apiece now here in this first set. Keegan Kuiper serves. Passed up to the outside. Derek Piatek, and Piatek gets it. Piatek, excuse me. Derek Piatek, the sophomore, 6'4" outside hitter. That brings Check into the back row to serve for the Fightin' Planets. Check sends it over, passed up by Ryan Hoffner for Gateway. Dunsmore off of the block, and Dunsmore tooling the block. He's had a good start to this first set for the Gators. He checks out on the substitution on the rotation. Will Hansman will come in. His partner in crime on rotations, back to serve. Hansman serve passed up to the right side. No blocker with a touch. Yes, it was. That one looked like it hit the net, and Ryan Hoffner tried to plead his case a little bit. The R2 is right there for it, though. Point for Mars. And served over by Kyler Robinson. To the outside, Jace Beam off the block. It's out of bounds. Point for the Gators is Beam tapping the head. Owen Echegaray will serve. Junior for Gateway. Defensive specialist. He split time with Keegan Kuiper as a libero last year. Has a free ball sent over. Played by Jake Santo to the outside. Farrar, cross court, no touch. Point for the Fightin' Planets of Mars. Derek Piatek will serve. Jump serve from Piatek, passed up by Keegan Kuiper for Gateway to the right side, off the block, kept alive. Nice play from Caden Gratton in the middle. And back over for the Gators, into the middle, Santo, played by Piatek. Back down for Santo, and Jake Santo cleaning it up for the point. 8 apiece here in this first set. Served over, Tylen net, into the middle. That one is played, but just goes away from everyone. I don't know how Mars got that point. It took a favorable bounce off of the net. Colton Riska, the senior, will come back to serve the libero. Farrar plays it to the right side beam, cross court. Played by Liam Quinn, outside off the block. Quinn will get to that one as well and send over by Colton Riska. Played by the Gators, out to Farrar, blocked, and outside of the lines. Point for the Fightin' Planets as the block coverage just couldn't put that one back towards the Gators. Colton Riska back to serve again, 10-8. Riska's serve played by Farrar. Back out to Farrar. Darius Farrar with the point. Good effort by Riska, the libero, but slapped off his hands and towards the net where no one was at. Gateway within a point now. Riska will pass this one up. It hits the curtain. Kind of a weird play, so Mars just sends it over. Kuiper, Farrar. Farrar too far. They want a touch call. They're not going to get it. Line judge called touch. Referee overruled it. Amir Ali will serve. Ali's serve. Passed up. Farrar, touch there. That's definitely a touch, and that's definitely a point for the Gators. Darius Farrar earns himself the serve. Hoffner back in for the Gators. Farrar's serve, it's too far. Ali had to get out of the way of that one, but he's able to. Tyler Raw back for Mars to serve. Served over, passed up by Ryan Hoffner to the right side. Dunsmore, smart play from Dunsmore. Recognizing that the outside hitter's block was a little bit inward, so he goes with the right and just taps it over. Libero not there for it, playing in the five position, correct. Served over, passed up to the outside. That one spins off the fingertips, but drops in for Derek Piatek. Grattan in the front row now, and Ryan Check in the back row. To the outside, kept up. Outside again, that one inside the lines. Point for Mars. Derek Piatek on the point. Check serving again. Passed up to the right side. Dunsmore puts it down. Gateway within two now as Dunsmore checks out. Hansman back to serve. Served over by Hansman, passed up. Into the middle. Good play from Keegan Kuiper. Free ball sent over. Chase Anthony had to go track that one down. Denied at the net! Chase Beam on the block. Santo there as well for the Gators. The roof from Chase Beam. Within one now here in this first set. Hansman serves again. Riska back into the middle. That one kept alive, but it's going to be a lift call on Beam. They go with the shock. The player in the back, the outside hitter, is the one who set the ball, but the middle goes up first. Tries to throw players off on the other side of the net. Kuiper sends it over on a free ball. Played to the right side. They want a double call. The Gators are not going to get it. Hoffner kept up by Kyler Robinson and put down Derek Piatek. Some hops there from Piatek. Running on two. Kyler Robinson serves 16-13. Mars served over. Anthony passes that one up into the middle. Santo, and he's denied. Double block there. PIAA and Grattan on the block. PIAA was the one who's got his hands on it. 17-13, and Phil Randolph and the gang are in timeout territory right now. 17-13, back into the air. Kuiper plays it, pushed over. No, it's not. Into the net from Jace Beam, and now a timeout will be called from the Gators. And Mars, a string of points here as Gateway was right with them, but a 5-point difference now here in this first set. As the Fighting Planets, to be specific, no G at the end. An impressive run from them, and Mike Nypaver, the head coach for the Fighting Planets. They have yet to drop a set. I mentioned it earlier. Have played everyone in their section so far at least once. We'll be back over now for the Fighting Planets. Kyler Robinson serving. Robinson serves it over. It's passed up by Chase Anthony. To the right side, Hoffner. Hoffner drops it in. Good play from Ryan Hoffner. Risker got there. It was a good effort from him, no doubt. He got it up too, but it bounced off his teammate. Nothing that they could do about that one. Etchegary will serve. Passed up by Riska. Into the middle, and routine, Caden Grattan. Almost a shoot, more like a 32 there. Just pushed past the middle block spot, but not as far away as the outside hitter. Derek PIAA will serve. That one not touched and cleaned up. Liam Quinn for Mars, and 20-14. Mars running away with this set. Served over, passed up. That one off the antenna, and Farrar off the antenna. Point for the Fighting Planets. Served again. PIAA passed up. Beam off the block, nobody there. Point for the Gators as they respond. Looking to chip away at this lead. Jacob Poloski comes in for Gateway. Jake Santo in the back row and serving now for the Gators. Outside, and they catch Santo slipping a little bit, kind of cheating inwards. Good spot from Caden Grattan. Colton Riska will serve. Riska sends it over. Passed up by Etchegary. Farrar. That one will be played by Mars, but nothing else on it. Good effort from Colton Riska, but Farrar gets the point. And Dunsmore will come in. Served over. Too far, though, from Jace Beam. Amir Ali will serve. (23-16) Mars here in this first set. Dunsmore off speed. There was no block getting there. The Fighting Planets, good effort. PIAA got to it. Poloski, and Poloski gets it. Spins off the hands and drops in. Hoffner back in for the Gators. 23-17. Served over. On the slide, check. Hoffner couldn't angle that block back downward, and a point for Mars. Tyler Robb will serve. Too far from Robb. Service error. Still set point for the Fighting Planets. 24-18. Tyler Robinson calling out the sets. He's not going to get a good one, though, so he has to go to Check. And Check finishes it off, though. Ryan Check for the Fighting Planets, and that will end the first set 25-18. Mars picking up where they left off. Good back and forth between the Gators and the Fighting Planets in the first set, but Mars ran away with it at the end, and that's the end of the first set. I'll step aside real quick for at least 2 more sets here on Gateway Gators Productions. Welcome back here. Henry J. Frey Complex. It was Mars that took a 25-18 set number 1 victory. And set number 2 served over by Colton Riska of the Fighting Planets. Outside Dunmore. Played. Nice dig from Riska. Farrar blocked. And they're going to call a net violation on Tyler Robb for Mars. First point goes to the Gators. And Farrar will serve. Served over, passed up on the slide. That one outside the lines. They're going to call a touch, though. Front row tried to play it off there for the Gators, unable to. Ryan Check on the slide gets the point. Check was receiving interest in basketball from the Naval Academy earlier this year as well. Is served over. Dunsmore, also plays on the basketball team for the Gators, but he's denied at the net. Point goes to Mars. Amir Ali will serve. Ali serve. Passed up by Chase Anthony into the middle. Poloski, and nothing on that one, too far. Point for Mars. Ali will serve again. Served over. At the net. Couldn't get to that one. A point for Mars on the ace from Ali. Amir Ali will serve again, 4-1. Not the start that Gateway was looking for coming out of this second set. Ali serve, drops it in. Line judge right there to call it. Amir Ali will serve. Served over, passed up by Chase Anthony. To the right side, Dunsmore gets the point and he responds. Alec Dunsmore for the Gators. Keegan Kuiper serving. Kuiper serve, passed up. Set from Kyler Robinson, outside to Tyler Robb, who gets the point. tall Mars team. Czech, 6'5". Derek Piatek, 6'4". The right side, Dunsmore. That one passed up. Sent over. It's outside lines from Kyler Robinson. The shortest front row player on the Mars Fighting Planets at 5'10". Riska and Ali are both 5'8". In the back row is in the outside. Derek Piatek. All that 6'4", getting up there and putting it down. Ryan Czech will serve. Czech serve, passed up. Outside, Hoffner. Hoffner gets the point. Ali couldn't handle that one. Seven to 4. Served over, passed up. That one was supposed to go to the middle, but couldn't get it high enough, so just tipped over. Hoffner for Gateway, passed up by Ali, kept alive. Good play from Kyler Robinson, a free ball. Anthony gets to that one. Free ball from Gateway. Outside, Piatek blocked, but off speed, and the block just could not close on it. Point for Mars, 8 to 4 now. Kyler Robinson serving. And served over. Back into the air. Hoffner. That one kept up. 8 to 4. Gators, or excuse me, 8 to 4 Mars. Make that 9 to 4 Mars. Now Kyler Robinson will serve for Mars. He's back to serve. He was serving originally. 9-4 here in this second set. Served over, passed up. Hoffner. Kept up by Robinson. Second ball setter's out, so Riska sets it. Tight in net though, and Riska didn't put that one in a good spot for his teammates. In fact, didn't put it for anyone as it drops down and a point. 4. Gateway, 9 to 5, and now a timeout taken by Phil Randolph. This is an interesting timeout. After earning the point, he calls a timeout. Again, a stoppage here, and we'll talk about it now that Mars, again, 11-0, 5-0, and we'll just run through the schedule, and everything I say here, just assume that the answer is 3-0 as a victory, because that's what it is. Their first match of the year, they took on Ambridge in a rematch of the third place game last year in the WPIAL third place. They won 3-0. Defeated Butler on March 19th, Plum on March 28th, Armstrong in their first section match on April 2nd, Pine Richland in a non-section match. They then had a home match against Deer Lakes on April 4th they won. On the road against Latrobe on April 9th. Non-section match against Montour. That was at Montour they won. Back home against Gateway on the 16th of April. A win in a non-section match against Hopewell. Hopewell didn't put up more than 12 points in that one. And then wins against Derry as well was their last one. Prior to their first set win, another point for Mars, 10 to 5 now. Derek Piatek will come back to serve. Served over, passed up by Darius Farrar. To the right side. Tipped up by Piatek. Outside, tipped. Back over, and Mars works back on offense. Pipe ball. Nice dig from Owen Etchegary. Farrar kept up, good play, but back over. Pelosi puts it down. Riska on the dig, but he put it right in the position where Pelosi could tip it back. And a point for the Gators. Jace Beam back to serve. Senior for Gateway. Served over, passed up. To the right side, off speed. That's out of the reach of Echegari, who was expecting a little more heat on it. Instead, it came right out of the refrigerator. Off speed and in front of him as a serve from Colton Riska into the net. Farrar's serve, passed up by Czech. They go back to him. Farrar on it. Out of the reach though, point for Mars. Amir Ali will serve. 12-7, Mars. Served over, passed up. Dunsmore denied at the net, but it's a point for the Gators. It goes outside the lines. Mars thought they had a roof there, but instead it's tooled from Alec Dunsmore. Served over from Keegan Kuiper. Pipe ball, someone's in the net, and it was for sure Jake Santo. Tyler Robb back to serve, 13-8. To the right side, Dunsmore, and Dunsmore gets the point. Alec Dunsmore for the Gators. Will Hansman, senior, serving. Served over. Outside, off a block. Hoffner's there for it. A good pass. Santo denied at the net. Czech gets a hand on it. The net moved. I think Santo was in it, and it doesn't matter. It's a point for the for the Fightin' Plans, excuse me. Ryan Czech will be back to serve. Czech serve. Kuiper passes it up. Hoffner gets the point. They tool the block. Derek Piatek just couldn't get his hands on that one. Instead, it goes off his wrist and out of play. 14-10. Gators hit double digits here in the second set. Owen Echegari will serve, but out of rotation. No correction. The referee saying that Owen Echegari served outside of the line. Jace Beam giving Owen the explanation. That's an interesting one. Something you really never see in volleyball. Served over. Served too far. We're back where we started 2 points ago. 15-11, just a little bit closer though for the Fightin' Planets. Santo into the net. Santo frustrated with himself there, but Keegan Kuiper comes back in. Jump serve, passed up by Kuiper. Farrar off the block. Piatek, Robb into the net, point for the Gators. Tyler Robb into the net. This is a Mars team. 6 seniors on their squad. Served over, passed up. Into the middle off the block. Farrar gets a piece of it. Poloski sends it over. Outside, there's no one there. They were on different points for the set. Rob thought it was a quick shoot. Kyler Robinson setting a normal 4-ball to the outside. Served over again, 16-13. Outside, that's a better set this time, and they get the touch. No, they do not get the touch. Chase Beam will serve. Passed up, but Beam gets the ace. Chase Beam with an ace, and now Gateway has chipped away at the lead. Within 1 now in the second set. It's crunch time, too, in this second. Served over by Beam again. Into the middle. That one's dropped in. Caden Gratton gets the point. Served over. Kuiper lets it go. Service error from Mars. Darius Farrar will serve. It's 17-16. Served over. To the outside, off the block, kept up. Into the middle, check. Beam couldn't get enough under it. Ryan check for the Fightin' Planets. Miralli serve for Mars, 18-16. Tapped up, nice dig from Piatek. Outside, off speed, played by Dunsmore. Back from Anthony, Dunsmore pushes it into the corner. Good spot, but kept up by Piatek. Outside, Kuiper's there for it. Beam on the set. Hoffner blocked, kept up by Beam. Anthony on that one. Hoffner again, off speed. It hits the tape, but played by Check. Back over to Ryan Check. Hoffner gets a piece of it, but it goes out, and a point for the Fightin' Planets. (19-16). Served over. Passed up. Dunsmore down the line for the point. Alec Dunsmore. This is the rotation that Gateway really likes. They've got Dunsmore, Hoffner, and Santo in the front row. And Keegan Kuiper will serve. Gateway needs to go on a run with this rotation to the outside, off speed. Kuiper gets to it, Beam. Hoffner has to stop, rolls it over. Kept up by Piatek. On the slide, check. Beam kept alive. Or excuse me, that's Kuiper. And then Santo, and a point for Gateway. It hits the roof and goes over, just grazes the curtain, so it's a point for Mars because it hit on the Gateway side and went over. Mars doesn't play that. Dunsmore dropped in. Alec Dunsmore. Now you've got Beam in the front row, Hansman in the back. Hoffner and Santo in front as well, along with Kuiper and Anthony. Passed up to the outside off the block. Nobody can get there. Point for Mars, 21-18. Hoffner for Gateway, and Hoffner gets the point. Farrar back in for Anthony. Hoffner back to serve. Hoffner short serve, passed up. Into the middle, kept up by Kuiper, good play from him. Back outside, cross court though, and Derek Piatek with the point. It was a great dig from Keegan Kuiper. This high-powered offense of Mars. Shoot, reload, it's just never ending. Like a well-oiled machine for Mars. To the right side, Beam kept up, tipped over, Farrar, Santo, no one there. Good play from Liam Quinn. Recognizing no one tight on that net, and he just tips it over. It's 23-19. We have a 23-19. As Mars will serve. Hoffner rolls it over, passed up. Into the middle, and a good kill. Caden Gratton for the Fightin' Planets. Set point for Mars. Served over, played by Kuiper. Santo gets the point. Jake Santo for Gateway. Served over again, still set point. In the middle, denied, and Gateway. Their backs against the wall, but they still get a couple jabs in. 24-21. Santos serving again. Passed up. In the middle, and just finishing it off is Derek Piatek. 25-21. Gateway bit on the fake, and Mars made them pay. And that's the end of the second set. 25-21. A much more well-rounded set for Gateway, and Mars looking to close things out in 3. Gateway looking to force a 4th here on Gateway Gators Productions. Back here at the Henry J. Furry Complex, the campus of Gateway High School, the Gators dropping the first 2 sets to Mars, 25-18 and 25-21, and Mars has not had to lose a set. They've not had to go to 4 sets at all this year. It's 3 and they're done, 3 and they're done, and every time they're done, they leave the gym with a victory, but Gateway trying to change that here in this 3rd set. Served over by Chase Beam, and we're underway. Check in the block. Poloski couldn't get that one on the other side of the net, and a point for Ryan Check and the Fightin' Planets, and the first point of the 3rd set. Amir Ali will serve. Ali serve, passed up. To the outside, Dunsmore. Dunsmore with the point. Alec Dunsmore. Darius Farrar serves for Gateway. Into the middle, block, kept up though. Pushed over, kept up by Beam, and they're going to call a double. Actually, they're going to call a lift call on Chase Beam. Thought maybe it hit him and rolled up, but they actually called lift. Chase Anthony comes in the back row for Farrar. Kyler Robb to serve. Robb serves it over, passed up by Hoffner. To the right side, Dunsmore puts it down. You can see Ryan Check telling his teammate Piatek, that's my bad. There was only one blocker, and Dunsmore made them pay. Served over. Back into the air, tipped over, kept up. The net violation on 35, that's Jake Santo for Gateway. Check in the back row to serve now. 3-2, served over, passed up by Chase Anthony. Santo, nobody there. Point for the Gators. Will Hansman will serve. Passed up to the backside. Off Anthony. Kuiper can't get to it. A weird pass from Chase Anthony. Served over. Kuiper passes it up. Hoffner. 4 touches as the call. It was never touched by the Gators. Served again. That one outside the lines. Farrar up front. Etchegari in the back row. And he will serve. He starts his serve on the other side this time and just too far for Owen Etchegari. .64 Mars. Piatek with the serve. Passed up by Kuiper. And Beam's able to roll it over. To the outside, it's blocked. And a net violation called. No correction, 4 was never touched by Jace Beam. I gave him credit for a block. Santos serve, too far. Good eye from Mars to let that one go. Served over. Etchegari passes it up. Farrar. Nice play from Mars to keep that one up. That was Piatek. Beam finishes it off though for the Gators. Chase Beam. Dunsmore back in at 7-6. Poloski in the front, Farrar as well. Kuiper and Etchegari in the back rows. Served over, off the tape. Back outside. Nice play from Farrar cutting in to get that one. Sent over by Dunsmore and played by Riska. Pipe ball passed up by Owen Etchegari. Nobody there though. That's set just in between 2 people from Jace Beam. And a point for Mars. Gateway, it seems like they have to play perfect volleyball to beat this Mars team. Mars is a team that does not make many mistakes. And Gateway cannot do the same thing either as a service ace for Amir Ali. And there were a couple players for the Gators who were in the general vicinity. Served over. Dunsmore denied, solo block, Kyler Robinson. A block from the setter. And the Mars faithful letting him hear their cheers. 10-6, Fighting Planets. Amir Ali serves. Served over, passed up by Keegan Kuiper. Farrar denied outside the lines. Would have been a monstrous roof from Tyler Robb, but instead it's a point for Gateway. Darius Farrar serves. Farrar sent over. Check on the slide, puts it down. Ryan Check. Tyler Robb serving. Robb passed up. Outside Farrar. Farrar gets the point. Middle blocker didn't slide over, and Ryan Hoffner getting the point. Kuiper with the serve, 11-8, served over, passed up to the outside. That one too far, no touch. Point for the Gators. A rare miss from Mars. 11-9. Served over, passed up into the middle, off the block, kept up by Hoffner. They'll go back to him. Cross court. Punch from Piatek, back to him, off speed again. Santos able to play that one. Piatek, someone's in the net. And it was Alec Dunsmore. Jake Santo tried to sell it that it was Mars, pointing to the Mars player, and then Dunsmore looked over and Jake said, yeah, you were in the net. I tried to sell it. Didn't get the call though. Passed up on the serve. Dunsmore with the point. Will Hansman back to serve. Hansman serve into the net. Service error for Hansman. Served over. Into the air. Outside, Beam. Beam gets the point. Jace Beam for the Gators. It's not too often you see a setter who plays in the back row to set and then the front row to hit. That's how Phil Randolph organizes his squad. Owen Echegaray will serve. Served over, passed up to the outside, blocked, but on the side of Gateway, and a point for Mars. Served over, passed up by Kuiper. Beam, too far, no touch, point for Mars. Bench trying to rally their crew back into this one. Farrar off the block, passed up by Piatek to the right side. Off the block, point for Mars as Liam Quinn gets the point for the Planets. A timeout taken by Phil Randolph and the Gators. 16-11, a 5-point difference and a must-win set here in this one. (16-11). Got some time real quick here. We'll talk about the next couple of matches for Gateway and for Mars. For the Fightin' Planets, they have a match on Thursday against Armstrong, a home match. They'll be back on the road, a North Catholic, on April 29th. It will be a non-section match up there. North Catholic, always a good team in boys volleyball. Deer Lakes will host the Fightin' Planets on the 30th of March, or 30th of April, excuse me. And the final match of the season for Mars is against Latrobe on May 2nd. Served over, passed up. Farrar to the outside, pushed up by Robinson, sets out, so Riska takes it, rolled over. Backside, and Beam gets the point. William Hansman put everything into that one that he fell over because he was backsetting it. Jake Santos serves short. He's trying to drop that one in. It's so close. He gets that over. Mars doesn't play it. But that's the risk that he has. High risk, high reward. Off Etchegari and an ace for Colton Riska, the libero. Served over again. Farrar will play it. Poloski too far. Got the swing. He's got the ups. He just got to put it down. That's a problem for Jacob Poloski right now. Served over. Back over for Gateway, and they're going to get the point at the net violation on Ryan Check. Served over. Robinson has to get to that and punched into the air. Someone's got to play it. Kuiper does. Beam has to get to it. Dunsmore off the block. Played again by Poloski. Dunsmore off Check. Check puts it back down. Ryan Check cleaning up his own block. 20-13, the Fightin' Planets of Mars. Amir Ali will serve. Beam and Farrar have done that a couple times now where they're both going for this ball and nobody there as Alec Dunsmore plays it and drops it in. Big miscue from Mars there. Served over again, passed up. To the outside, off speed, played by Dunsmore, played by Farrar. Kept up from Riska and pushed over by Tyler Robb. To the right side, Dunsmore. Dunsmore gets the point. Alec Dunsmore for the Gators. They've got him in the front row along with Hoffner. And they've got him for at least 2 more rotations because Poloski is to his right. Got to keep making it work. Served over, passed up. To the outside, down for the Fightin' Planets, Tyler Robb. Tyler Robb will serve. Passed up. Beam on the set. Dunsmore played. Rolled over off the block, but out of play off of Jacob Poloski's arms. Poloski frustrated himself there. He had the technique for the block, just not perfectly off his arms. Played by Kuiper. Backside, Dunsmore. Kept up by Riska. To the outside, and they get the point. Derek Piatek for the Fightin' Planets in 23-15 now. Timeout taken by Phil Randolph as it's just damage control now. 23-15 Mars, 2 points away from taking the set. Fighting Planets looking to go 12-0 and 6-0 in section play. And real quick for Gateway, their upcoming schedule. Their next match is on the 25th of Thursday. They take on Derry on a home match. They lost to Derry in the road match this year. It's their other loss, with the exception of Mars, at Armstrong on April 30th, and then a home against Deer Lakes on May 2nd for Gateway. Gateway still in a good position to make the WPIAL playoffs. Served over to the outside, Hoffner. Hoffner gets the point. Just out of the reach of Colton Riska. Would have dropped in anyway, so good effort from Riska to try and get a hand on it. Served over again, in the air, in the middle, outside the lines. Point for Mars, and now match point as Ryan Check back to serve. Check serves over, passed up by Chase Anthony to the outside. Hoffner block, kept up by Anthony on the block coverage. Back to Dunsmore off speed. Check gets a piece of that one and caped alive. Pushed over, Kuiper plays it in the middle. Santo drops it in. They want the push, they're gonna get it. It's a lift call on Jake Santo, and that'll be the end of the match. The Fighting Planets of Mars, their perfect season remains perfect. They win this one 3-0, 25-18, 25-21, and 25-16 to go to 12-0 and 6-0 in section play. And Gateway drops to 7-3 and 3-3 in section. We'll have to see what Latrobe did in their match this evening to see where Gateway will stand in Section 2 standings. And that'll be it for our entire broadcasting crew, our final broadcast for the volleyball season. And thank you all for tuning in. For our producer, Adam Gusky, our director, Lee Schaefer, and the Gusky and Schaefer family, I'm Spencer Witt, saying so long and thank you so much for tuning in here on Gateway Gators Productions. Good night, everybody.